Len Brown, and this is the first of a 7-part series on saddling, quote saddle fitting, which I don't use the term. I like to make your saddle work while you're riding, not fitting it while you're standing. But we're going to talk about all this that goes into you buying a saddle, the questions that you have. And it's not just about my product, it's about the industry. In the industry, they are here to sell you a saddle, and they build them fast. They send them out to dealers. They go out to mail order companies, whatever. Your perception, as far as they're concerned, is reality. But as far as the horse is concerned, it may not have anything to do with reality. So we're going to be concerned with the horse first. We're going to try to. I'm going to try to educate you where I can. I've been doing this 40 years and rode 3,000 miles on horseback to start. I'm going to do it to where I can hopefully educate you. You can make a better buying decision. First thing we're going to talk about in the 7-part series is gullet width and bar angle. Gullet width. People think that I need a 7-inch gullet. No, I need a 7.5-inch gullet. No, I'm pinching, I'm going to get an 8-inch gullet. All of the above. And if you tell them you have a 5.5-inch gullet, they go, what? No. The little 5.5-inch gullet you're looking at in this 100-year-old tree was made that way for a reason. Where do you measure a gullet? You measure it from right there at the top of the bar to the other top of the bar, and here you have 5.5 inches. That's a 5.5-inch gullet. And guess what? This does not pinch a withered horse. Old saddles were made to work, not to play the fit game and make you happy by setting it on and letting you run your fingers all the way around the edges of the bars, per se, when it's on the horse. One of the things about gullet width is, as you widen it, saddle drops in front. Almost all saddleries cut the fork, add some material to the fork, make a new pattern, they have a wider gullet. Guess what? They just made the pressure that you had in front greater because the saddle drops down more in front. And it pinches with more force when that happens. This is a typical run-of-the-mill Wade saddle tree. The gullet on this saddle is 7.5 inches. So it makes you feel better. It drops down further. It bites to beat the band right here. So in doing that, we just made the gullet wider. And there's one other factor in this tree that makes it bite right here much more. It's not just the gullet width. Gullet width hasn't got much to do with fitting a horse. It is bar angle. See how the bar flares out right here? It flares out on this side, if you can see it, right here. And you know, it's hard to, quote, really fit a tree to a horse. There's one reason. The horse is always somewhat lopsided when he's standing still. You cannot get a horse to stand still with even pressure on all 4 legs to do a fitting and have a saddle tree be symmetrical. So as you ride, that changes. The horse changes, in other words, as he moves. If you want to check your horse for a confirmation, have somebody lead the horse, walk along behind, look over the cream. Okay, as we turn the bar out, we get another thing. We get full contact all the way down the middle of this bar to the horse's back. Makes you feel good. We turned the bar out, we lost our contact here. We have nothing to hold the saddle up in front. Guess what? When the back comes up, the saddle does this. Because you got to have a little space right through here. That's where the back comes up the most. Thoracic vertebra 7 through 10. Up and down, right here, a whole lot. 3/4 of an inch or more when you get on, when he tightens his gut, so on and so forth. So bar angle, what is bar angle? 40 degrees, 45 degrees, 41, Hey, let's 45, let's get wider yet. They flatten them out into 46, 47. That's on one side, right? And they call it a 90-degree tree, a 91, a 90.5, you know, a 93-degree full quarter horse bar. But this is all to make you feel good and sell a saddle. Number one, we determined the wider the gullet, the more pressure you carry in front when you simply cut a fork and widen the tree in front. Number two, how do you measure bar angle? They're giving you the angle off the bottom of the fork, which has nothing to do with anything in the world except building a fork. The bar shape underneath has everything to do with the rest of it. So when you start measuring, guess what? This is an angle gauge, but you're going to get a different angle up here than you get here, than you get here. It's much more visible in my cowboy dressage because it's with the full twist in the bar. I am twisting the bar from the rear at a gentle angle to a very steep angle in front. That leaves this long foot to hold the saddle up so that it doesn't run so downhill on a downhill horse. But my angles with this angle gauge go from 70 up here, and it gradually changing all the way back down to 45 at the bottom. So what is your bar angle? Nobody knows, including the tree maker or the saddle maker, because it is not a constant. The fork angle is, but that ain't got nothing to do what the bar is. You saw the bar in that old commercial tree was almost flat. Here it's nicely curved. And it's longer here. So bar shape is everything. Bar angle, tree angle is a joke to sell you a saddle. So customer's perception, that's fine. You just got happy. Doesn't mean your horse did. They sell you something to make you happy, and hopefully you'll use it and not know any better. But your horse will know if it doesn't work. Len Brown, thank you very much.